Welcome to the Fort Lauderdale Real Estate Market update for condos and townhomes. This is going to be the October 2024 edition. The median price of condos and townhomes in Fort Lauderdale is now $495,000. This is up from $460,000 this time last year. My name is Casey Prindle, your Fort Lauderdale Realtor. If you've been thinking about buying or selling any kind of property in Fort Lauderdale, go ahead and give me a phone call, 786-443-7203. You can also text me at that number if you're too shy to call. You can email me if you'd like, caseyprindle@gmail.com. I promise I'm fun to talk to, so come on. Stop lurking, go ahead, pick up the phone, give me a call. The sooner that you call, honestly, the better it is. It's easier for me if I can start working with you sooner rather than later. I'm, better in the beginning of the process than the end. Stick around to the end of the video. I will give you some more of my thoughts on the overall real estate market. A little bit of an asterisk here. Data does run 30 days behind. That's why you're gonna see September as the date of the data, even though we're in October. So just a little heads up there. Fort Lauderdale, condos and townhome. Median sold price, $495,000. So let's see. Let's run back through September of last year, $460,000. So up slightly year over year. We can talk about how I don't put a whole lot of stock in median sold price. I just don't think it's that reflective in the market, honestly. I've said if you kind of look at a pyramid, I put months of supply on top and numbers of properties sold right below that. If you're trying to measure market breadth and what the market's truly looking like and what it's doing. Median sold price, a lot of people like to look at it. Nah, me not so much. That being said, it is a statistic. I keep having these conversations with people about how the nice stuff is selling, and the high watermark was in the Four Seasons on Fort Lauderdale Beach. A condo sold, I think it was for 3.6. Let me double check my notes. 3.65. And that's not a huge surprise, right? Luxury building on the ocean, new construction. Here's why I bring this up. Everything you read says the condo market is in complete ruins and total collapse and all these calamities are happening. Yes, in some buildings that is absolutely happening, especially those buildings that were not well run, that kicked the can down the road for a number of years. When repairs were due, they prolonged them. This wasn't a good recipe. Having a healthy budget is not a bad thing. At the end of the video, I'll talk more about some stuff coming up surrounding condo legislation and stuff. But look, here's the thing to just know for now is overall the condo market is not good. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not come up with lies. But it is not quite as bad as a lot of the stuff I'm reading says it is. Okay, so if you just looked at median sold price and you said, hey, things aren't looking too bad, this is why I tell you don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Number of properties sold, 95. So you can see here, down month over month, 23%. Where were we? We were at 137 sales, down to 95 sales. So year over year, we're pretty well down. Look, we're by the 5-year lows on this chart, right? We don't have a whole lot of room left to go, another 10 sales. I don't think this is going to rapidly improve. I'm not going to lie to you and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I think there are good deals to be had by buyers because we know there are not a lot of properties transacting. So if you're a buyer, you can make an offer lower than asking price and have a chance at actually negotiating. This didn't happen for a number of years. So I'm glad to see that coming back. I do think that a lot of people are just scared of condos right now. Now, remember, this lumps together condos and townhome sales. Townhomes are a different kind of animal onto themselves. There's a lot of interest from people, honestly. for newer constructed townhomes. Those are easy to sell. The real challenge is just in the condo market. It's in the older buildings that haven't been well maintained. That's really where, you have issues. And I do think it's scaring some people off. I think you have to be realistic about that. Whether you're a buyer, use that to your advantage. And if you're a seller, just know, man, it is what it is. You can't really get around it. Average list to sales price. So for those of you that are new to this is going to be the percentage off of the original listing price properties are selling for. So let's just say this is 94%. It means that either a seller reduced their asking price by 6%, or a buyer was able to negotiate 6% off full asking price, or a combination there of both. What it shows you a lot is when we're up here and we're at 99, 100%, sellers are in complete control of the market. We are now down here through 5-year lows. Buyers are calling the shots. This also tells you if you're a seller and you want to huff and puff because somebody gives you an offer 5% below your listing price, it's a pretty good offer. Not a bad offer. It's a pretty good offer, right? So it's important to know where we are here. I put a decent amount of weight in this. I think it's important for everybody to look at, whether you're a buyer or a seller, right? If you are looking to purchase a home in Fort Lauderdale, give me a call, 786-443-7203. If you're looking to sell a property in Fort Lauderdale, do the same. You can even text me or email me. My email address is caseyprindle@gmail.com. I keep it free and keep it simple. Do it sooner rather than later. The sooner that I can get involved in your process, whether you're buying or selling, the easier it is for me to give you value. So please, don't wait around and don't be shy to contact me. I am definitely a laugh a minute. Fun to talk to. Median days on market, 46 days. For those of you that are new to this is the number of days a property was actively listed, and that means going from active to pending sale. It does not mean going from active to closed sale. So realistically, you have to add 30 to 45 days onto this timeline. If you're a seller pricing your property well and you want to know when money will be in your bank account, it's probably going to be 90 days. So that's how you read this. The higher the days on market, the better it is for buyers. The lower days on market, the better it is for sellers. Right now, people that saw a condo last month are looking at that condo likely still out for sale. Do you think there's any pressure for buyers? Nope. Just because of that. Because everything they've already seen, they still see as listed. So they don't think they have to fire offers off in haste. So important to watch, without a doubt. Oh, median price per square foot. Can't say it enough times. We are still up and to the right. If you look at this, we might be getting close to an inflection point here on the bottom of this trend line. But we'll see. For now, what I keep telling everybody again and again is this is not a shock. Understand that transactions may be down, so how come prices can be up? It's quite simple. People are buying the good stuff. They are not buying your junk. They are not buying the 40-year-old kitchen. They are not buying the I want to make it my own. That's gone and gone and gone. It is now, what have you done for me lately? Have you renovated the property in the last 1 to 3 years? If you have, you're in a much better place to sell, right? So I don't want to spend too much time on it, as you all know. So let's get on with it. Total dollar volume. This does not look good. This does not look good. We're almost 50% off from April. Woof. Big decline. Look, we're flirting with 5-year lows here. Do I think that there's a catalyst coming into the market that's going to change this trajectory dramatically? I do not. I think that right now buyers are very cautious. And I'm not going to be surprised to see this line keep kind of moving on down. So don't be surprised next month either if it does. You never know. I don't have a crystal ball. It could bounce the other way, but if it bounces the other way, I'm guessing it's going to be because some kind of phenomenal sales that were pre-construction and hadn't been reported before go into the system. But outside of that, I don't really see a reason it's going to happen. Ooh, here we are, near and dear to my heart. Months of supply of inventory. Up almost 83% over the last year. Buyers, you have 83% more choices now than you did if you were shopping for a condo or townhome a year ago. Is that not exciting? Sellers, that is horrible news for you. I hate to say it, but it is. There is a lot of inventory to eat through. Look, months of inventory gives you a fast pulse on the market of whether it's better to be a buyer or a seller, what camp you want to be in. Right now, you firmly want to be a buyer. This is a tough market for being a seller. Over 10 months of supply, that's a lot. That's just a lot. I think the only way that this starts to come down is if listings that are out there expire, cancel, or withdrawn, and the seller doesn't relist them. I think the likelihood that more people are going to bring condos and townhomes to the market because they can't afford assessments is probably greater than not. So I do think that supply may grow. Look, these are rough waters for sellers. That being said, there's always bright spots. Townhomes, better to be in a townhome than a condo. Condos, it's better to be in new construction than older construction. Condos, it's better to be on the beach or directly in downtown than in a tertiary area. So there's a lot that plays into this. Market's a lot tighter across some different product lines. Try to find a townhome along the beach. You are not going to find 10 months of supply, my friend. I will tell you that right now. So that's what I got for you on that stuff. Want to talk about a few of my thoughts in the general market? All right, let's talk some taxes. I am not a CPA. Don't take this as tax advice. I do not give tax advice. Go pay your own CPA for that. Here's why I want to talk about taxes. There are a number of people that bought a property down here during COVID, filed taxes out of Florida during COVID, have since left and went somewhere else and may be leaving this property as a second home now. And I get the phone call and they're saying, should I sell? I think the market's going to be better in the future. And that's why I ask, well, how many years were you in the property? Did you file taxes here? Where are you now? It may be better, and this was a situation for us, and this is why we just unloaded one of our properties. It may be better if you've used that address on taxes for the last 2 years to go ahead and get that property sold rather than wait, get outside of that 2-year window and be subject to capital gains taxes, right? So if a $400,000 sale today equals a $500,000 sale tomorrow because capital gains, I'm using rough numbers. Don't hold me to those. I'm just giving a broad 20% equation. If the net's the same, then I would choose to sell now, even if the price is lower than what you wanted or lower than the market, to get away from having to pay the taxes later. So consider that in your equation. That's the only reason I bring it up, is to say you need to have a very holistic approach when you're going to sell a property and think these things out. Don't just kind of shotgun or knee-jerk them. Because it's something I'm going to talk to you about if you call me and tell me that you want to sell. Okay, specific to condos, and those of you that are subject to the milestone inspection reports. And I think this is going to flow through to townhomes to a kind of a different degree. But look, there is, well, anything with a budget, I should say. There is legislation that I believe will come out in March or April when the next legislative session starts that cleans up some of the milestone inspection reports, structural integrity report studies, and may ease up some of the budgetary constraints that condos and townhomes are currently operating under. So, or not all townhomes, some townhomes. So I do think that the reason I bring this up is to say, if you're thinking of selling and you have a window where you can sell, first of all, I'm not going to tell you to sell in November or December. I'm going to tell you to buy November, December. Good months to be buyers. There aren't many other buyers in November, December. January, February, buyers come around. Sorry, wifey was calling there. Look, January, February, buyers come back around. March or April, I think that you'll start to hear about legislation that could ease some of this stuff up. So look, you do have some tailwinds if you're in the condo market and you are a seller. I don't want to be total doom and gloom for you, but I do try to be realistic. And I do try to say I have no crystal ball. Like I said, we just unloaded a property. Granted, it was a single family property. I priced it 5-10% below appraised value because I am nervous about the headwinds coming up. I don't think interest rates are going to just magically come down. I don't think a lot of this stuff that a lot of people are bullish on, I'm kind of not. I'm more pessimistic. But hey, if you've been following me for a while, you know I live in pessimism. It's my comfort zone. I like to protect the downside. So anyways, ranting and rambling over. Give me a call, 786-443-7203 if you'd like to talk more about the real estate market. As always, thank you guys for watching. I will try to get this out next month. I was super busy last month, couldn't get it out, but we will see what November brings. Things get difficult for me around the holidays, just like they do for everybody else. But that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And please feel free, call, text, or email me. I really like to hear from people that watch this stuff, so I know I'm not just screaming into the wind. I'll talk to you guys soon.